Hello there. I'm back again for a little visit. You might remember I told you about my very newest book, Diary of a Future Saint, Faustina's Incredible Journey. So I thought we'd talk just for a few minutes on the making of a saint, perhaps, what saints are made of, how do you get to be a saint, how wonderful it is to be part of the communion of saints, right? And not every saint, and actually I don't think there's one saint at all that was ever born with a sparkling halo hovering over their heads. They had to earn those halos, just like we need to do that as well. We live in this world, we live on this earth each and every day working out our salvation, right? It's a pilgrimage to heaven. So it's not served to us, sanctity is not served to us on a silver platter. It's something we need to work toward. And it really happens every single day, right? We have so many opportunities to be virtuous. We could choose to turn the other way from it, run away from grace, or not really respond well in certain circumstances, or we can pray for the graces that our Lord wants us to receive so that we can be a virtuous person, so we can be a merciful person. So that helps our own souls and the souls of others as well. But I want to talk about our dear friend, Saint Faustina. She had to learn the hard way how to trust our Lord. That signature line in the Divine Mercy image says, Jesus, I trust in you. How many times she had to say that, cried, just crying from her heart to God, I trust in you no matter what's going on. Because she had to live through quite a lot of suffering and humiliation and all kinds of things. But that was part of her journey towards sanctity. So, sometimes we can see within people that little spark of faith, or that faith that's growing in them, like, say, little children, or we see how they're using the virtues, or we can encourage them in children, our own children, grandchildren, the children we teach, the children we know, and we can encourage those virtues and those works of mercy. So with Saint Faustina, when she was growing up, her name was Helena, and those around her would see that she was a little different. She was actually a lot different than others because she had a beautiful, tender heart that reached out to others. She was always looking for someone to help, actually. So I'm just going to read a tiny little excerpt today about this, and then next time I'll tell you a little bit more, okay? So this particular subtitle is called A Soul of Mercy. Helena's middle name could have been Mercy. After all, from early on, her heart was full of mercy for others, and most especially for the most in need. Helena stood out among others because of her precious awareness of the presence of God and his call to us to take care of his poor. Her family and her neighbors continually witnessed Helena's goodness and beautiful sense of mercy. Even as a young girl, Helena was acutely aware of the needs of others around her. Not only that, she didn't just stand by simply observing. No, she figured out ways to respond to the needs the best she could for her age. Oftentimes, poor people visited the area seeking mercy in the form of a piece of bread or a donation to help them through the day. Helena couldn't help but notice these people and sought ways to alleviate their hunger. One time, the young, compassionate dziewczyna, that means girl in Polish, came up with the idea of holding a lottery in order to raise money. Another time, she dressed up in her mother's old clothes to look like a beggar and went from door to door begging money for the poor. She brought all of her donations to her parish priest to be used for the poor. So what a sweet child she was, and she grew up to be a saint. Next time, I want to tell you a bit more about this, and I want to tell you about how, during her early works of mercy, even before she became a nun, how she reached out to others. And one in particular, which I talk about in the book, how she actually helped to usher a poor soul to heaven. And it's what we're all called to do in our walks of life. No matter what walk of life we have, we're all called to help others to heaven, all the while working our way there ourselves too. So I hope you enjoyed our little visit today. And again, it's Diary of a Future Saint, Faustina's Incredible Journey. I wrote this book for young and old alike. I started out writing it for young adults, and I realized as I was writing it, I wanted to tell the story, her biography, to everyone. So I hope you get a chance to read it. Goodbye for now. God bless you. God love you.